On Good Friday, the Holy Father asks Catholic parishes around the world to take up a collection for the Holy Land. The funds are used for the upkeep of the holy places to ensure that a Christian presence remains in the sites where Jesus walked. This year, help and hope are needed more than ever. Cardinal Claudio Gujarati, prefect of the Dicastery for the Eastern Churches, recently spoke about this initiative with EWTN News.
You know that was an initiative that was fixed by Pope Paul VI. And the idea that all over the world, in the Catholic Church, on Good Friday, people collect money for the holy places, as we call, which means the places where Jesus was born or preached. The Franciscans are in charge of this special branch of the Franciscans, which is the Custodia. And of course, they try to work not only for guarding or rebuilding or reshaping of special important historical places, but also about the life of the Christians, of the Catholics that live in that area up to now. And so the area is not only extended to, let us say, Israel, but also to Syria, to Lebanon, all the areas where Jesus moved and where Christians live in the Middle East.
Here to tell us more about the collection is Father David Grenier, the Commissary of the Holy Land for the United States. Welcome to the show. Can you first begin by explaining the history of the Pro Terra Sancta collection, when it was established, and the mission behind it?
Yes, first, the Franciscans arrived in the Holy Land 800 years ago to take care of the shrines of Christianity with official mandate from the Pope since 1342. So the Vatican always tried to help us and did help us to maintain the shrines and maintain the Christian presence in the Holy Land throughout the centuries. And Pope Paul VI in the 1960s made sure that all the parishes in the world will contribute to that collection. St. Paul in the second letter to the Corinthians tells us that we have all a spiritual debt towards the Christians in the Holy Land that gave us the faith. If in the US today we believe in Christ, it's because 2,000 years ago people from the Holy Land shared their faith and made sure that that faith would spread all over the world. So we don't want the Holy Land to be a place without a local church.
An incredible history. Now, when we look at the collection, how does it actually help Christians in the Holy Land today? And what kinds of projects or needs does it support on the ground?
As you will very well understand, with the actual situation in the Holy Land, our Christians are struggling. Everyone is struggling, but the Christian population is in very great difficulty. The Christians in the Holy Land used to be 23% of the population 100 years ago. Today it's less than 2%, and many are leaving because of, at times, persecution and also lack of possibilities. So right now, with the war, many of our Christians work thanks to the pilgrims. And we have had 2 years of pandemic where there were no pilgrimages. Then afterwards, since October 23, the war has been going on. People had hope that the Christians would come back for Easter this year, but finally with what is going on with Iran, it's not possible. And so some of our Christians haven't worked for the past 5 years. So we need to help them with food, with medicine, pay for their surgeries, make sure that they can afford tuition for the school so that the young generation can continue to have the Christian education. Also accommodation. We have 450 apartments in the old city of Jerusalem for the Christians. That is what we call the Christian Quarter. And we ask the people to pay $200 a year, and many of them cannot even afford that right now.
Why is the collection urgent this year, especially in light of what is going on with the war and instability in the region?
Because the war, of course, impacts everyone. And that's a way to give hope to our Christians. That's a way to tell them that we care for them. In the news, in many places, we hear a lot about the situation of the Jews in the Holy Land. We hear about the Muslims in the Holy Land, which is fair. And we need to consider that there are Christians over there, and they need our help. At the same time, we need to maintain our shrines. For example, we started before the war, restoration of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which is the holiest place on earth for us Christians.
Father David Grenier, thank you.
It was a great pleasure. Thank you. God bless you.